What's up, traders? This is Vee Trades, and today I will be doing a technical analysis breakdown for strategy with the ticker symbol MSTR. I will first be going over what I see in the daily chart and finish the video off with the weekly chart. This video is for entertainment purposes only. Please trade at your own risk. Here we have MSTR, and you can see that it did push through the 360 level, hit 365.21 for today's high. Sold off slightly into the close, but managed to still be up for the day with a total gain of 2.29%. So we're still maintaining the bullish momentum higher, which is a good sign for the bulls. You can see that price is still following this angle of attack higher. It's above this bullish trend line, short-term bullish trend line. And this was a lot of momentum built up after that failed breakout. Price reversed strongly and trapped a bunch of shorts into a trade, and now they're stopping them out. A bunch of stop losses were hit here and over here. So we're still technically not out of the clear zone yet, because we're right around 360 level, which was support before, support here, minor support here, a breakdown, and then price found resistance when it went back up to it, found resistance here, and now once again we're right at it, pretty much finding resistance once again. Again, these lines aren't 100% accurate, meaning like don't think of it as like a precise line. Think of it as like a crayon, something like that, or a marker, like a white tip marker. So it can be moved slightly up and down a couple points. But if you move it up higher, technically we're still below it. You can argue to say that it does fit better here because that's off the closes, off the support. But then price, when it came back to test it, it tested it here. So we'll leave it alone for where it is right now, right at that 360 level. And then let me move it up. 360 would be right about here, 360.27. Well, give or take a couple dollars. So yeah, give a couple cents, probably like right around here. So anyway, we need to see another green candle push through this level. And then from 360 to all the way to about 420s is not a lot of resistance. So it can get there if it pushes strongly through this 360 level, which it has not yet. This is a slight break above and maybe a pullback to test it, but you need to continue buying. I think as long as price is staying above this bullish trend line, it's going to continue moving up higher. It broke this bearish trend line real nicely as well. We're above the macro bullish trend line once again. It did break it briefly, but it did manage to recover it, so it's still in play. We just need to see a clear break of the 360, and then I would say it's a nice run up towards the 420s. It's not guaranteed to get there, but that's what the chart is looking like. It's looking like it can get up there because there's not a lot of resistance on the left side of the chart, and this is pretty strong momentum. So that's what I'm seeing for MSTR. It's looking bullish. It's above two bullish trend lines. Momentum still looks pretty strong. We're just finding minor resistance at prior resistance, which is common. It's not out of the ordinary. And we just need to see follow through and a strong break above that level to probably reach the 420s and maybe even higher. Looking at Bitcoin, well, Bitcoin is the darling of the market right now. It's up about 1 percentage points, but for the past more than a week, it's been going up about 13-14%. $109,000 to $125,000. So Bitcoin looking pretty good. It's a new all-time high today. It's above the prior all-time high, so you can draw a line across the prior all-time high. You can see that we're closing above it. You can see the difference. This is closing above resistance, and then look at MSTR's chart. So we hit 5 o'clock, so Pacific Standard Time, so a new candle is formed. Look at this chart right here. So this was prior resistance, and look how this one is below this level. So this one is slightly above the level, but kind of looking weak, looking bearish. And then look at this one. This one broke above it, closing green. Most likely this one can continue moving up higher as well. I think a lot of traders probably got out at this level right here, thinking we were going to see a triple top. They probably got out right here at this level. And 120s, 122,000. And the market's probably going to lock them out and continue moving up higher, having them FOMO in and chase the long trade up higher. So I think, market participants are probably waiting for a pullback. I think they're going to be waiting for a while. I don't think we're going to see a pullback, based on this momentum higher. And what we're seeing, it looks like this will probably continue moving up, probably to maybe the high 130s, 140s before we probably see a pullback. and then maybe another drive up higher like that. So I think this will continue moving up higher for Bitcoin. So Bitcoin looking pretty strong. And then the ratio, Bitcoin's price divided by MSTR's price gets you this quantity right here of MSTR shares, 347 needed to get to 1 Bitcoin. And it's right near the trend line, but it looks like it's breaking down. This bearish trend line looks to be in play as well. So we're below a bearish trend line, slightly above a bullish trend line, or trying to find support from it. But if it breaks down, we could start seeing a outperformance against Bitcoin using MSTR. So let's see if we get that or not. It is at a strong resistance point here and over here. So we could see a collapse in the price. And then that means that MSTR will outperform Bitcoin significantly, requiring less MSTR shares to buy 1 Bitcoin. So let's see if we do that. As of right now, it's making up its mind. It can still go up and maintain that bullish trend line, or it can respect the bearish trend line and break down. It's hard to say which way it's going to go right now, but it's setting up for a drop. I'm not saying it will happen, but it is definitely setting up. Any more weakness, I think we can confirm it that it will probably continue working its way down, because this was basically multiple drives up to reach that management target of 432. This was a leg up from right here. You measure that, you drag it over. This was the next leg up. The bulls tried one attempt right here. They failed. We saw another correction. This was the second attempt that failed. Multiple other attempts, and then those failed to reach the target. Minor highs. You can see that was 1, 2, 3. Typically, you'll see 3, and then a rollover down. So I would say, if you're holding MSTR shares, there's a good chance you might start outperforming Bitcoin after a very long time. And Bitcoin most likely will continue going up, regardless of if MSTR goes up or not. So MSTR, that's what I see on the chart. Let's take a look at the weekly chart to wrap up the video. And looks like it did pull back because of this new week. There's a gap that still probably needs to be filled at 351. So, I mean, it doesn't need to be filled, but that's probably why price try to correct lower, try to fill in the gap. But if it's really bullish, it may just continue moving up higher. Not all gaps will be filled. They don't have to be filled. It's not a requirement in the market for gaps to be filled. But typically, the market likes to do it quickly. A lot of orders around those gaps. So anyway, looks like we were below the EMA on the weekly, and now we're starting to get above it. So this looks pretty good. Again, like I said before, I know a lot of people personally who own, maybe not a lot, but I know a handful of people who own MSTR shares, and it'd be nice for them to get out with a profit. So even in my personal life, my professional life, I know people with MSTR shares. So hopefully it does go up for you guys. I'm already out of it. I already changed over to Bitcoin, which I'm up already up from my average price, and I'm expecting this to continue much higher. But yeah, MSTR, hopefully it does continue higher. It does look like it will on the technicals, but I'm just gonna wait for the next bear market. I think when the next bear market hits, every market has a bear market. Even real estate, gold, silver, doesn't matter. That's how markets work. Long-term investors, like let's say a bunch of people bought over here, they want to get out of their trade with profits, and that's probably what's going to cause a lot of selling pressure, and that's how you get to a huge bear market, right? Or a bear market, because people bought at lower prices and they want to get out. Not everyone has the same holding time frame as you. Some people hold for a few days, some people hold for a few weeks, some people hold for a few months, some people hold for a few years, some people hold forever, or a few decades. Some people never sell, but that's how a market works. So just because you don't think there'll be a bear market doesn't mean that will actually not happen, right? Bear markets happen because it's a market. Everyone is an individual doing what they want to generate an income. So I think there will be probably still an next bear market. We could probably, if this continues higher, maybe we hit the 400s, 420s, 430s, maybe make a new all-time high, and then start the decline down. So we'll see what happens. Pretty interesting that MSTR, it is recovering really nicely. So all that for MSTR, Bitcoin, and the ratio this today, and I'll most likely give you guys an update not too in the distant future. This is Vee Trades, and thank you for your time.